home and lifestyle accessories and fashion jewelry accessories. We'll be having two talks. So this is the first one, wherein we have with us Ms. Srishti Srivastava. She is Business Development Associate from Fashion Snoops, and Mr. Piyush Girotra. He is a business lead, South Asia, Fashion Snoops. So Fashion Snoops is a US-based forecasting agency, and they have their own standing in the market, and they have been there in the business for quite some time. And we would like to hear from them what Spring Summer 2025 trends are pertaining to home and lifestyle accessories. So before I go to them, we also have with us Mr. O.P. Plata, our past chairman EPCH, and Mr. Ravi K. Pasi. He is also in the past chairman of EPCH. They are also board members of EPCH. We also have with us Ms. Vandana Bhandari. She is ex-dean and IFT, and also the design consultant with EPCH. Now, may I request Piyush and Srishti to make the presentation, and we'll have question answer session once they are done with it.
Hi everyone, thank you Rawatji for the wonderful introduction, and everyone for inviting Fashion Snoops, giving us a chance to talk about the platform. Like he mentioned, Fashion Snoops is a US-based trend forecasting platform, and we have been in the business for the last 23 years now. We are facing mostly all the consumer-facing market, mainly home, fashion, and beauty. So today's session is about home and lifestyle accessory trends, Spring Summer 25. So let's begin with the presentation. About FS, I've already told you. We are also like an AI-backed platform. We have other features like retail section where we showcase all the brands, what the competition is selling right now, social media awareness. We have an AI back section as well. You can create images from scratch through AI. We have a trade show and runway section as well. You can track whatever is happening on a global level right from your computer screen. So today we are going to discuss seasonal shifts for SS25. Every season Fashion Snoops does 5 seasonal shifts. You can also call it home trends. In that sense, overall 10 shifts per year is what we do. For home, where we see trends, themes that will drive newness in the upcoming season. Let me take you through 3 of these today because we have limited time. We are covering today Fresh Coast, Sanctuary and Outlands. We suggest you different themes to take inspiration from per season so that you have a mix of inspiration around you, different stories to capture. Your collection does not remain one-dimensional. That's why we give you different stories while understanding different types of consumer at the same time. Also, we do our own method study. We study the macros, then we study the consumer sentiments, and then we come up with our own forecast reports. Our forecast under one theme comes from a very rigorous and detailed understanding of our consumer behaviors. Like I mentioned, Fresh Coast is one of the themes that will bring newness to the upcoming season. It basically captures the peaceful essence of the coastline with sandy beaches and gentle ocean breezes. Here's the mood board. For every report we do under FS, we give you a very beautiful mood board. So the minimalist design here of Fresh Coast, it focuses on clean lines and open spaces, offering a calming environment for the mind and soul. Sustainable materials derived from the ocean promote eco-friendly living. Just like the tides, it reminds us to embrace a flexible approach to life. With every theme and forecast report, we give you mood boards. I will show you all the mood boards and what type of content do we cover right after this presentation, so you can just see our capability to provide you the top-notch stories every season. We also do color strategies. Our team is very strong in color. We do various types of report on the color. These color strategy reports basically offers us color palettes which fits in the story, and our team brings the actionable insights from a first principle thinking. We break down the theme into why it is relevant, its evolution, and how to take action. Here we speak of incorporating simple materials along with a beautiful palette running down, colors that offer a sense of calm and escape. We slowly move forward then and break down the theme into materials. We see Fresh Coast is all about like honest and natural materials. We can incorporate pieces here mentioned like Cladophora algae, which is like a type of algae that typically grows in freshwater environments. While acrylic glass and polished chrome here, it adds a modern flair and reminds us of the ocean surfaces. We can also see all-weather teak and salvage seashells. A composite brings durability and a coastal aesthetic to the collection. It is also complemented by the earthy textures of soapstone, to be noted. Bioconcrete and low-carbon bricks, it promotes sustainability, reflecting our commitment to eco-friendly living. UV-reactive bioplastics adds a playful element responding to sunlight with vibrant colors that echo the lively spirit of beachside living. You can see how every material here is complementing the story very well. Similarly with details here that matches and brings character to the product, not to name all of them, but a few like textured glasses with tactile surfaces, it evoke rugged coastal landscapes. 3D printing weaves, modern weaves with intricate pattern inspired by seas. So all these things are the details that will complement the entire story very well. And our in-depth report focuses on much more things, which I will show you at last. So now we are slowly breaking down the entire theme into more specific categories. We start with furniture. We explore the story with different sub-themes, putting together inspiration from various designers. We're exploring forms and structures and types of pieces to be included in your collections. You can further visit their website also to do your detailed research and explore more. The fluidity of the ocean here inspires designers reflecting our growing interest in watery ecosystems. Glass forms mimic the ebb and flow of water, while 3D printing and biomimicry evoke crashing waves. Terrazzo textures, like you can see here, add the sense of movement to the pieces. Similarly, we have under the same furniture category, Fresh Coast also is about like, it has a Mediterranean feel. So here we are embracing the minimalism with this Mediterranean influences, featuring natural materials like rattan and travertine. Travertine has always been a classic in the home industry, and layered coffee tables that evoke lily pads, while mixed materials connect to the Mediterranean architecture. These pieces feel light and refreshing, grounding your space with tranquility and natural beauty. Interestingly, now we are also covering decor. The shift happens across all the categories, like I said, under home. So we see the decor and tabletop pieces. We see Pure Sea exploring natural forms. Observe the colors closely, all the organic shapes you can see. The mother of pearl trinket box, you can see the coral, the organic shape of the coral textured mirror. Beautiful artwork by Tadius Podraki. He's an artist, so we can always just click on the links and visit their website to do more thorough research about their work. Similarly, more pieces, the theme here is marine play. It gives a traditional coastal decor a very modern twist with bold reinterpretations. Here the mood is very playful. We are playing around with like sea icons, innovative bubble structures, and clear acrylic materials that evoke fluidity of coastal living. We are embracing the playful energy of sea in our region basically through this specific subcategory. Here we have tabletops also. We have named this category neo-nautical. It celebrates the whimsy of the sea with a modern twist on maritime styles. Delightful sea creatures and seashell adorn coasters and decorative accents, injecting fun and storytelling in your setting. We can see a lot of vibrant glassware with like swirling patterns that evoke ocean currents, adding a contemporary artistic touch to all the pieces. Clean Coast, a lot of manufacturers and exporters these days are creating like small pieces in bulk also. We have here a board for like a few accessories, items like coasters, spoons, minimalist chalk plates, like you can see. So Clean Coast, the theme here blends nature-inspired texture and iridescent accents to evoke the tranquility of the seaside. The glassware here mimics rolling waves, enhancing the coastal narrative for a refined coastal allure. Under soft goods, we cover subcategories, cushion, beds, carpets with different coastal patterns and prints. Welcome. Actually, I wanted to show you the link right here, but because of the internet and the connectivity, we just cannot show you. So I'll just show you all the reports at last, right after this presentation. We are here welcoming the effortless charm of easygoing bedding essentials, basically, that redefine relaxation. These soft goods embrace the essence of sun-kissed beaches, and gentle ocean breeze with the relaxed aura of cozy cabana stripes, which are very in this season. We are playing with like a lot of natural bed linens also that offer a tactile experiences, and it creates that feel of sandy shores and the wood effect of the beach. And we cannot just forget sustainability when talking about like coastal areas. We can see a few examples under this theme: mattress made out of seaweed fibers, recycled plastics, quilted blanket, along with we have the designer descriptions also. We explore coastal theme under lighting category. We have named this modern current, signifying the ocean waves and its form. We try to incorporate those details under different styles for you. This blends contemporary design with like coastal tranquility through clean lines and sleek details under lighting. We can see wavy structures that mimic ocean waves, while water refractions on light bulbs is an important detail, which is evoking the sea's tranquility in a celebration of refined simplicity. Our sub-theme underwater forms brings the beauty of underwater world to life with biomorphic structures and crackled glazes evoking oceanic patterns. Biotransparencies add a sense of transparency. It reminds us of the aquatic life, capturing the depths of water in each piece. We have biotransparency shade textile, aquatic leaf structures, very organic shapes, yet very raw in its essence. Here we are exploring our second theme. The theme, it's called like sand, like a short form of sanctuary. It is all about celebrating the artisanal energy. So when creating this, or let's say any home report under FS, what our team consider is how are we going to furnish our house with different pieces, be it like our bathrooms or our living rooms, or just to create or celebrate a cozy corner in the room. All the pieces we put together, themes we put together, gives us an idea and perspective into that. Here it embraces the free spirit essence of folklore living, celebrating rituals that connect us. Very traditional with a nomadic bohemian vibe. It bursts with color, patterns, and intricate craftsmanship, allowing decor to tell our story. Here also, our platform gives you inspiration into the various interesting materials to create your mood boards and strategies, like blown glass or ceramics with artwork, velvets which add a touch of luxury into every piece, or elevated classics like rattan and iron, which are always in. How to mold it, how to add more character to it, all these things our team get, right now I'm just sharing a screenshot, but when you visit the report and the website, there are more photos for you to understand. There is an entire retail life to pull out references, examples of what other people are doing, all these things. We are also exploring details like micro beading or painted frescoes, which are coming back a lot this season. Under the website, again, we share different subjects. For the color strategy under this, we explore the nomadic spirit of the theme, adding a lot of folklore patterns, motifs. We are embracing craftsmanship under this theme. We see a beautiful palette here, giving power to the entire story, with different shades capturing specific requirements of every product category. First theme under furniture, we have surreal folklore. So surrealism here meets folkloric design. In our SS25 home shift, Sanctuary, we are exploring furniture with like whimsical creativity, bent wire chairs, and vivid straw creations that showcase imaginative forms, while glossy dining table add character. So it is inspired by our rich heritage, pre-colonial design, preserves culture and evolves regional traditions in like artisanal creations. You can also add a few accent pieces here. Another subcategory under furniture here is we have kept in mind craftsmanship a lot. Latin American design is gaining new attention. We have highlighted traditional craft specialty and techniques under this, like woven caning, ceramics, metalworks, and stone masonry honor heritage designs, while sacred symbology nods to spiritual motives. These pieces preserve cultural tradition in modern context, evolving design legacies and aligning with our entire sanctuary theme. Decor pieces we have here, it always like adds character to a place. We have organic spiral structure here, ornamented styles to explore. We are here basically honoring heritage and spirituality and the universal human connection to be sacred. Through intricate details and symbolic elements, we are weaving the entire narrative of ancient rituals with cherished traditions. Using a lot of indigenous motifs and ornamental styles, adorned surfaces reflecting cultural heritage and spiritual significance. Iron tile techniques depict scenes from history celebrating craftsmanship and ancestral symbolism. Now everything I'm saying here is connected to our macros. Whatever is happening, just a little subcontext. Let's say war is going on, issue of sustainability, and all these things are impacting our consumer in a way. Accordingly, design, we are going back to the past, we are cherishing our traditions, we want those pieces around us to bring calm to ourselves. So everything is connected. I wish I could just show you the entire platform here in our methodology. Again, we have like lacquer alchemy. We are blending the ethereal with the earthly. It is inspired by ancient alchemy but with a modern twist. We have meticulously crafted all these molten textures and hammered surfaces, celebrating the beauty of natural imperfections. We are playing with like metallic sheets and brushed metals that add on otherworldly sheen, merging organic mysticism with contemporary design. Aureate, one of the themes under tabletop. Under this, aureate basically means like gilded. So we are experiencing luxury and mystery under this theme. With intricate details and gilded dinnerware, every element whispers tales of elegance. Hidden graphics add a touch of intrigue to this entire tabletop setting, inviting you to indulge in the enchantment of our decor pieces. You can see these days people are decorating everything, be it from like their bottles, their tumblers to their cups. So charmed mug is one thing that is in for the season. A lot of ornate like dinnerware sets. People just want a surreal environment around them, fantastical environment around them. Second theme is sacred maximalism. Similarly, it embodies a rich tapestry of tradition and opulent design. We are celebrating cultural heritage under this, and it is featured by intricate details and lavish stylings to remind us of our ancient customs. We have heirloom graphics and lacquered textures here, which are adding depth to the maximalist tablescape, creating a sumptuous feast for the eyes. You can experience the grandness of the sacred tradition in every element of all the design pieces listed here. Speaking of soft goods under this category, this theme merges ancient wisdom with modern design. It brings energy. All the bedding essentials are transformed into cozy artifacts basically through punch needle craftsmanship or any other technique, let's say. Each piece reflects careful attention, celebrate the harmony of ancient and contemporary here under the works of several designers. Honoring heritage and diversity through indigenous traditions here and multicultural influences. We see under this a lot of vibrant graphics and intricate embroidery that are honoring our cultural folklore, while each soft good piece pays tribute to the ancestral art of weaving, telling stories of generation past. Underlighting gilded mysticism is a beautiful luxe theme here, which exudes enchantment and opulence with organic gilded structures. We see brass cage accents. We see symbolism like snake icons that evoke mystery and transformation, while ancient mystic symbols, they adorn the ethereal designs. A few examples from great artists and designers, the organic gilded structures, lampshade, brass cage, pendant light. So all these things remind us of the beautiful ancient mystic symbols. Next, we have mixing maximalist design under Heirloom Craft with precision and artistry. It merges past artistry with like modern sophistication, ensuring an heirloom-worthy legacy. Few examples here. Our next theme is outlines. It's
Before we
basically
just go to that, I see a lot of people are taking photographs.
Yes.
Just want to say that we'll be sharing the presentation, so you can take notes, but we'll be sharing.
Yes. So outlines is basically discovering the timeless charm. We want to just stop in time, go back to the simpler times. So far you must have observed like how we are covering different stories with a mix of materials, designs, details, insights as per every theme. So the entire process is very interesting for our home team. So Outline basically here is bringing the rustic charm of countryside, again a very different theme, into your home. We are inviting nature's beauty and promoting mindful living here. With organic textures and natural hues, this theme harmonizes with the landscape, emphasizing sustainability and farm-to-table approach. A beautiful mood board for you to take inspiration from. Here we are exploring like different materials as well, exploring terracotta, reflective aluminium. These materials you can do like a little bit more research on. All the materials and finishes, if you observe closely, are very natural in their essence. In case of details as well, crochet or like quilting, powder coating finishes have been a classic. They are very simple. Color strategy here asks you to discover the timeless charm of classical comforting shades here. The idea is to mix and match vintage and new pieces. Make use of weathered woods, glazed stoneware and matte metals that accentuate the tactile nature of handcrafted or time-worn pieces of home decor. First theme under furniture is bucolic roots. So rustic motifs are making a comeback as people seek slower lifestyles and traditional comfort. So our Fashion Snoops' SS25 home shift outlines embraces this trend with like vintage wood and time-worn patina, connecting to a sense of history and human touch. Glass door hutches and traditional pieces like iron bed frames celebrate craftsmanship and memories of countryside. Reborn Wilderness, drawing inspiration from the wild, it celebrates like rugged charm and organic beauty. Craftsmanship shines through abstract woven structures and human nature-inspired icons, while materials like mala sheet and dark on pearl add natural opulence. A few examples here from great designers. Since Outlet offers a tranquil retreat with rustic charm, weathered accents add character, while minimalist structure crafted from a reclaimed wood promotes sustainability. Basically, it's a haven where natural materials like it merges with like simplicity and create like refined design. We have a few examples from Nicholas Gold, for example. We have fox leather, caged basket. We have rusted look vase, patina copper accents. So you can always visit the links on our website. So rare origin for one of the tabletops, we celebrate the raw beauty of nature and handcrafted elements. Under tabletop, we explore organic graphics and carved wood textures that evoke untouched terrains and artisanal craftsmanship, while unique shapes add to its allure. You can say we experience the unspoiled beauty of nature here in a most sophisticated setting. For the second theme, we see laid patterns and water texture that create a soothing ambience, evoking nostalgia and comfort. Traditional craftsmanship here shines through basket forms and woven elements, while natural materials adds to its rustic appeal. For soft goods, we are calling it reclaimed cabin. Here, classic plaid patterns and washed out accents, they offer a very timeless comfort. We are embracing sustainable design here. Our soft goods tell us a unique story inspired by the warmth of a beloved cabin. Whereas On The Go Adventure blends warmth and functionality for outdoor adventure. Here we are inspired by spontaneous exploration of our soft goods. It features a warm color palette mirroring rugged landscape. Compact and lightweight, you can see all the pieces, they offer comfort on the go with inflatable cushions and fast drying materials. For lighting, Warm Acres, this is our second last sub-theme. We capture the cozy charm of our country living with natural materials like ashwood and vivid accent pieces. Kevin played patterns, they evoke nostalgia, while tree roots and rope-shaped forms add a rugged authenticity. Experience the warmth of rustic elegance in our home through most of these pieces. We have like root-shaped bases, rope pendant. You can see we have put together images that evoke a sense of comfort. We have used natural materials like wood, timeless prints like plates to create these lamps and lighting fixtures. And here we have the second category. You can see there are like very small portable pieces we have put together, great for camping or like indoor and outdoor use. So you can just experience the magic of both indoor and outdoor moments. Water resistant aluminium ensures durability, while camp inspired accents evoke the joy of camping. So we have a few examples like Moby Garden, this brand, their carry-on lights, lantern inspired silhouettes. So all these brands doing different pieces together. I would also like to show you our website quickly. So this is how the entire website looks like. So we have like different categories here. We are going to focus just on the home part. So when you just click on the home part, I've already opened this. So yeah, we have different sectors here, segments. So if you just click on the home category, we have lifestyle, forecast, we have like a seasonal capsule section. We also cover like analysis reports for trade shows. Along with this, whatever you see under the home, under explore, we give you a track section also. Under the track, you can find like examples of, let's say you are looking for like Kevin inspired designs or anything. You can go to Retail Live, see what examples other brands are doing, what competition is doing. The entire thing, we have more than 25,000 brands here across all the markets. We have social media where you can track what is selling, what is trending when it comes to the home category. You can create images through Scratch through AI, under the AI Art Live. And then we have runway and trade show. For home category, I think trade show is the most relevant. So all these things you can track under our track section. And then under create, you can just create your mood boards. So I just want to quickly show you the forecast section here. So here is the complete library of all the types of reports we have. What I covered under the presentation was just the surface level thing. And so we have like different seasons we are covering till like SS26 right now. We have different report types when it comes to like culture sentiments, meaning understanding a consumer, okay. We have design aesthetics like cross-market design, first step of design that we take. We have home shifts where we speak like different stories of, let's say I just covered like 3 shifts today. We have different trends, whatever trends are coming, we cover under home shifts. And under market files, we become very practical. We break down the home shifts into different categories like tabletop, decor, and all these themes. For market also, we are covering these many markets. When it comes to like hard goods, we are covering like outdoor pieces or soft goods. We have all these categories we are covering under the forecast section. And if I just take you through like one of the market files also, you can see we have like furniture reports, we have like decor reports, and like fragrance, lighting, upholstery, all these in detail reports if you just want to scroll through. And for every report, we start with like a beautiful color palette where we just give you a synopsis of the entire, what the colors mean, how it is relevant to the entire story. Here we have furniture files for like SS25. We also give you a select color system. Whatever system you're working on, we can just select Pantone, let's say, and all the Pantone shades will be available to you. All these things we do. We can also just export this to Photoshop and do your own editing. So all the details, we are covering all the stories here, and for every story we are giving you like thorough like synopsis attached to it. We just discussed Mediterranean minimalism, so we give you this entire mood board, and you can just open this and create, and you can customize the entire thing. We also give you access to more photos, so you can just do an in-depth research on the specific topic. You don't have to do anything alag se. So all these reports are very thorough. When it comes to decor market files also, we give you different concepts to explore every season. And then along with that, we are giving you mood boards and like description, more photos, all these things attached. And if you like any of the theme here, you can always go to the track section and do like an in-depth study of the entire subject. We also have like patterns and graphics for soft goods mostly. We have shifts where we cover like in-depth, so market files or other details. So everything we are covering under our home category. Okay, this is just taking a little bit of time. So yeah. Here also we have themes and different categories where we explore. And the best part, if you don't want to, just if you like something, you don't have to just download it there. We give you an entire drag and drop section. You can just create your own folders. You can drag images and drop it under one of the folders. Just basically use it as per your need. If you have any questions while surfing the platform, you can always ask an editor also, and they'll just run you through your questions. They'll answer one of your questions on time. So yeah, that is it from my side, and I would like to ask Piyush to please take over.
Thank you, Shishti, for taking everyone throughout the platform. So the next thing which we are jumping on directly is the question and answer round, in which if anyone has a question, if we are able to answer that question, I'm happy to do that. We'll reverse the cycle and I'm going to ask the audience a question. Does anyone have a question for me? Yeah, please.
This platform have any subscription plan? We have to take any subscriptions, or all these things are free of cost?
No, there is definitely a subscription plan for the complete platform. We can discuss the commercials I think separately. We can, like, after this session, we can have a discussion one-to-one like that. It's basically a subscription-based model in which we will provide the login credential and the users can use. Apart from that, we are already in discussion with and for EPCH for Indian certain kind of thing for numbers as well. So definitely that is going to be there. So does anyone have any other questions?
SS25, what are the top 10, top 20 shapes,
Okay.
particularly, that you feel would be there in fashion through and through?
So for home and for every other section, we have separate shifts. We can take you to the platform. We can discuss on us. We can like align a separate call, and we'll take you to the platform. We'll like explain each and every trend and every season to you. We can do that, sir.
So it will be an individual session for everyone. We were here for awareness and
So
a seminar.
currently we have only focused on 3 topics for everyone, which we have shown here. But there's so many shifts, like there are more than I think 10 shifts. We can like discuss it separately as per the requirement. We can like separate the report for every member as well. We can do that, sir.
Okay, and another thing is, in the report that you would share, would it be possible for all of you to put in top 10 global colors? Because right now, again, you are on a theme.
Yes,
There are
we
3
can do
themes,
that.
3 color palettes.
The report is ready available on the platform. We can do that. No worries.
Okay.
So I think
In this presentation, you never touched anything on the fashion jewelry or accessories. It was
That's
only-
next.
That's next.
that's the next session. So I'm going to ask you few of the questions. If you are able to answer, I'm going to arrange a free session, free platform access for you. If you are able to answer that question, as I'm going to ask first question on the basis of the presentation only. Like the first question was how many seasonal shifts were discussed, and name any one of them. Seasonal shifts, I think initially she has shown like 3 seasonal shifts on the presentation. If you are we have got good response from the audience.
Fresh coast. Clean coast.
Sorry.
Fresh coast.
Fresh coast. Okay, the first one was fresh coast, exactly. So definitely, ma'am, we will arrange a free trial for you. 50 days free trial for you. You can go to the platform. The complete free subscription will be available for you.
I also mentioned outlets, but you never heard that.
Sorry, ma'am. So the next question could be for you. You can
No,
answer.
I already answered my question on my behalf.
Perfectly, we will arrange for both of you. No, you will have to
Thank you
wait.
so much then. Because I already answered that question.
Okay. What is the color for season 2024? It's like a general question is available on Google. I think everyone must have gone through it. The color for here, color of the season.
Peach. Blush.
Sorry, I have to give it.
Peachish
Sorry.
pink.
Perfect. We have the correct answer. The second goes to the young lady, and the color of the season is for 2024 is peach fuzz, which is basically color inspires the feeling of community and collaboration, which is basically an calmness that we feel and the space around us. And the third and the last question which I'm going to ask everyone, like the first two questions was only for 50 days subscription, and the third question which I'm going to ask is for 30 days subscription. So it's like the bumper question which I'm going to ask everyone. Correct. It is about FS only. No one is
23
allowed-
years.
Sorry?
23 years.
Perfect, sir. Perfect. Correct answer. It was. So the third answer, the answer is correct, and the Fashion Soaps is in business from last 23 years. We are present. It's a basically global platform, and we are not only present in India on any one region. We are present in more than 50 countries. So a brief background about. I'm just going to reiterate what we have covered. So Fashion Soaps is in business from the last 23 years. We are present in more than 50 countries. We have 6 global offices, and we are basically headquartered in New York and London. We are not only covering fashion, apparel, or only to one single section. We are covering all sections, be it packaging, materials, media, hospital, lifestyle, food, drinking, and all other sections. As she has already briefed you, she has already taken you to the platform. I'm just going to give you a rough outline how our platform looks. So we have bifurcated the complete platform into 3 broader sections: explore, track, and create. Under explore part, you will see what are the new top things that are going to come up in the season. Like sir has already asked about top 10 color for the season or any season shifts. Those things would be covered under explore part. We provide the complete market intelligence report. We provide complete assets, galleries. That is all the things that are going to be covered under explore part. Yes, ma'am, please.
What is the process of forecasting these trends?
So ma'am, one thing we have like 2-3 things. We usually follow a methodology. Like for every season we come up with few macro trends. Like for 2025, for 2026 we come up with 5 macro trends. Those macro trends are being backed by few of the micro trends. Like there are 5 macro trends. That is the things that are happening at a global level. On the basis of those micro trends and macro trends, we come up with some seasonal forecast, like the consumer buying behavior, what consumer is going to buy down the line. On those consumer down the line, then we forecast the color, then we forecast like season narratives and the trend story which are closer to the season. That's the one methodology, rough methodology which we use, which is definitely available on the platform. Reports are linked in that direction for you. That's a one process. Apart from that, our platform is completely backed by AI. The second track section, which is completely backed by AI, the AI is tracking the pattern, how things are happening, how shifts are moving. So AI is also giving us an idea. So based on these 2 methods, our team, we have like more than 150 global team who is sitting in US and some other regions. They are tracking what is happening. Apart from that, track is AI is tracking the pattern, and then we analyze what is happening in retail, what is happening in social media, what is happening in runway, trade show. On the basis of that, we analyze and we forecasting that are going to come in the season. Apart from that, under our platform, we also have one section of trend confirmation. The things which we have forecasted now, which is going to come up, and we have validated, like the Barbie code trend which you all have seen. So we have given the complete confirmation, the report which we have released 3 years back, and the trend is here currently. That's how we track our pattern, and that's definitely available on the platform. So I was talking about the track section here, in which we are covering like what is happening on retail. Like we are covering more than 25,000 brands on the platform, which is definitely available for you. You can see what are the new things that all the brands have uploaded on the platform within the last month or with last 1.5 years. You can do all those things with the help of the good AI features which is available on the platform.
Excuse me, can you please explain us some more features of AI on your website? How the AI works on your website?
Okay, I can take you to the platform again, if that's required. So, I was already showing you, the first was explore, and the second is track. I'm talking about. Under track, we have bifurcated the platform into 5 product sections. The first is retail live, which is basically amalgamation of 25,000 global brands which are available in India. What all those brands are doing on the platform, not only to the home, but of all the sections like packaging and everything. So this section is completely backed by AI. We are uploading more than 10,000 images. But AI is scraping the data from all the platforms, and all the things are available in front of you. So these are the few. If you want to look for all lighting, so you can just put the filter above here, and all the relevant images would be available in front of you. You can see this brand has uploaded this product over their platform with that particular range, that would be available for you. And if I'm removing this filter, you can you can go down and by putting that particular features, like you want to look for specifically to the bags, you can click on bags, and under bags you can specify which type of bag that you want to look for. So what all the global brands are doing are already captured there. Apart from that, a good feature, our platform is catering to the like domestic market, what Indian brands are doing. So what it's basically backed by AI. If our users and like subscribers, they inform us that this brand is not covered on the platform, we can incorporate, we can add that brand name on our platform. It's like a 1 week work for us. Our team can scrape the data, AI can can use the data, and we can incorporate that brand name over our platform only for our users. We can do that. It's as per the requirement. Similarly, we have like good filter functions for like color, like might have selected a particular color for a season, and you can select that particular color. The system will showcase relevant all color, like sometimes the buyer tell you that you have to create some collection in that particular color. You can just clicking on that color, you can come up with different designs that are coming up there for you. Apart from that, there is a filter function for date range, like you want to see the new things which are coming up by that particular brand in the last one year or last month. So you can, by clicking in the March, what new things that have come up by different brands. So this is just one feature of Retail Live. Similarly, we are covering on Social Live what is being done by different players, like what different Instagram influencers do on Instagram, because many brands, they have Instagram influencers to showcase their product. You know, Instagram as influence is is on the boom. Every youngster is like sitting on the Instagram and they make their purchase decisions on the basis of Instagram as well. So those things are available. We are tracking what is happening on social media for you. The third is AI Art Live, which is basically with the help of AI Art Live, you can generate any image with the help of AI. Like if you want to see a laughing monkey, you can just type in, you can type the mood, you can type the inspiration, you can just type all those things here, and the AI will generate that image for you, which is not available on Google for you. This is it. You don't have to subscribe to any additional package. That thing is available for you within the platform only. And apart from that, you can create.
How would that help me design?
It is basically the mood board which people create. If you are like thinking of certain thing, you can create all the pattern graphics with the help of this AI only. That is an additional feature. We have recently launched, like I think 15 days back we have launched this feature. It's already in progress. We are getting good feedback from the existing clients. They are telling us to like incorporate this. We are developing this. This is the latest feature with the help of AI we have recently launched on the platform. And the last
we
two.
are going to stop the question answers, and Piyush, if you have anything to add, if you can complete in the next 1 minute, because we do have one more presentation.
Perfect.
Thank you.
So apart from that, we have this two other section of runway and trade show, which is basically what is happening on runway. You don't have to travel to some other country, and you don't have to like spend so much money in the travel. By sitting at your desktop, you can get a complete explanation of what is happening on that runway, what is happening on that trade show, all the images and what the different brands are showcasing would be available for you within the platform. Moving to the third section, which is basically create. With the help of that, you can edit all the mood boards which we have provided. Like there are different mood boards which we have provided in different themes and different colors. So you can edit those mood boards from the scratch. You can put your inspiration. You can change all the images within the platform only, and you can like create a new mood board from the scratch directly. So that's an additional tool in our platform. So to wind up everything within our platform, it is basically a complete platform for. Sorry, yeah, please.
Like all the trends, right? You have it over the seasons for a year or per season, right? So I want to know, do you have specific trends for different marketplaces? Like for US separate trends, for maybe India separate trends, for Europe separate trends? Do you have it like a global?
It's a global trend that we are covering on our platform. But if you want market-specific trend, that comes under our consulting services. We do those things, but as per the requirement and the specific scope of work which are planned, not on the platform.
One additional, the same similar. What is the source of trends that you are proposed for the
Sorry, we are.
source of trends?
Okay,
Source of
Piyush, you have to answer this question outside the room. I know there are many questions that are coming to everybody's mind, but we do just have a short period to do this. And please share your contact details so people have further questions. Maybe they can take them with you later on.
Perfect, ma'am. So these are the contact details. You can definitely reach out to me and the. So you can definitely definitely reach out to me, and I'm definitely after this session I'm going to be outside. We can have a discussion, one-to-one discussion. We can answer all the queries that everyone have. So I think that's all from my side. Thank you, Rawalji Madam, and for arranging each and everything for us.
Thank you, Piyush. Thank you very much. And thank you, Srishti. Thank you for that wonderful presentation. As already said, there are a lot of questions that you may be having. So Piyush and Srishti are here with us. You can talk to them over phone, or they're outside. You can talk to them and get answer to your queries. Now we have mementos to be given to both these speakers. May I request Mr. Palatka? Thank you very much. Now we have another presentation which is on Spring Summer 2025 Trends and Forecast for Fashion Jewelry Accessories. And to do the presentation, we have with us two speakers from WGSN, Mr. Puneet Duleja and Mr. Ravish Khan. So, are they here?
Thank you so much for having us here. While we are sorting this out, I hope you had a wonderful last session. Are you guys tired, bored? Good for another session on trends? So I'll just, before we begin the actual deck, I'll just give a little brief about WGSN for those who are not aware. So WGSN is the largest trend forecasting service worldwide. Largest both in terms of the content we do, largest in the number of clients we serve, and the geographies we cover. We started as a fashion forecasting company, basically to start off in 1998. Today, we cater anything which a consumer wants is being forecasted by WGSN. We have a presence in more than 100 countries. Rather, research is spread across 120 nations as I speak right now. We have some 250 content experts sitting across the world. Roughly the same number of people we have as experts of different kinds. So from a forecasting perspective, how do we stand out? Is the accuracy. So just to give you a number, in literature, in writing, we say that we are 93% plus accurate, but in reality, from a marketing and from an actual perspective, we are close to 100% now in terms of accuracy levels, in terms of forecast. So how do we do this? So there's something which we call internally called STEPIC. Now STEPIC is our proprietary research tool. So we track society, tech, environment, politics, industry. Now industry applies home, lifestyle, fashion, jewelry, etc., tech. And then the last bit is creativity. Now some people ask us that, why do we need trends? Why do we need forecast? So I just wanted to ask a bit of a question. How many of you guys are from the creative industry over here?
Everyone.
Awesome. How many of you feel that at work you're very, very creative all the time? Okay. The rest of you, productive or creative? Do you think there is a balance and offset which happens? You can't be very creative because of productivity levels. So that's where a WGSN steps in. Because we all cannot be creative. We all cannot be fully creative in our work because there is a top line and a bottom line. There are business pressure we need to do. We are exporters, we have clients who want something to be done, and there is something which our creative part wants us to do. That's where a trend forecasting company like us steps into the picture and tries to help the clients. And if I talk about clients, we have some 8,000 plus globally. So anyone, if I talk about the fashion jewelry, the one which we are talking about, so right from a Cartier to a Topshop to an Accessorize to a Baggett to let's say VIP back home, or brands like let's say Zara Home, M&S, H&M, so entire Inditex group. So we have as many, you name them, they will be our clients. Now what does WGSN do essentially? What we do is we do one very, very simple thing. We provide you the same language if you're into exports as your buyers. why is it the same language? While we all communicate in English, the language of trends needs to be the same. And I can guarantee whichever buyers you have, without even asking you which ones, most of them are utilizing our services because of a certain factor that yes, it's accurate. So today what we're going to do is we have the deck for jewelry and accessories, which my colleague Mahesh will start off. We'll talk a bit about the forecast, the macro themes, right from color to the final key items one needs to do for spring summer 25. So our forecasts are typically 2 years ahead of time. So while on the website we are already at winter 26-27, this one for today is on spring summer 25. So you're going to just break it down very simple, while the WGSN content is much extensive than the deck. But what we thought over here is that we should give you something you can take home and actually implement. So the way we have done the presentation, please feel free to click pictures. We're just going to help your design teams to actually interpret what we have actually forecasted in a much more meaningful and easier way. So Mahesh, why don't you just take over and then I'll jump in.
Thank you so much, Puneet. Would it be okay? So, like Puneet mentioned, we have a proprietary tool for research, which is called Stepic Innovation. This is basically a society, technology, politics, industry, creativity, and environment that we focus our research on. So everything that you see from here are based on these 5 principles or pillars that we have. So for spring summer 2025, we have 3 macro trends which we forecasted. First of which,
Are we going to get access to the deck? Otherwise, we won't bother.
we said to
So
get pictures.
unfortunately, the deck access to the deck will not be possible. So this is a subscription tool.
We
So
have
that's
to
why you
take
guys you
pictures.
can.
Yeah, we can very quick.
But I don't think it's really
So
good.
take this one, no? Take this one. That one.
Yeah. Okay, am I audible right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so first trend is Digitopia for us. This focuses on technology and creativity primarily. It embraces imaginary aesthetics and new possibilities in design. It is driven by the rise of AI and virtual realms. Now this particular macro trend is subdivided into 4 categories. First of which is hyperhaptic for us. This one is influenced by synthetic creativity. This materials-driven theme explores notions of sensorial, interactive and phygital design. We have metaclassical then. It takes inspiration from your historical references, paying tribute to classical architecture and designs which are led by AI. Now we have Dream Diaries. It is a way of storytelling through products, influenced by dreamlike and otherworldly mood. The last one is underwater fantasy for us. This is influenced by underwater world and natural ecosystems, focusing on materials, motifs and prints that reflect oceanic creatures and forms. The next of which is restorative realms for us. This is another macro trend that we forecasted for 2025. This one focuses on environment and industries via designs, products and services that help us reduce the strain on our planet. So this one is a sustainable trend because the impact of sustainability on consumers' mind is huge. Now this one is subdivided into themes. First is freshly salvaged. This theme is prompted by polycrisis and the end of abundance, leading to a creation of products that look like they have been freshly dug up from the earth. We have artistic gardens then, inspired by gardening and consumer interest in restorative qualities of life. This theme helps develop ornamental and artistic floral patterns and designs to your products. We have dark nature. This is inspired by Gothic undertones. This theme focuses on dark romance and Victorian references. Area 51. This is encouraged by alien life. This is a freaky and fanciful theme which merges pop culture, steampunk, cosmic club kits and western styling. Tropical retreat. This is a perfect one for your resort wear and occasion wear. We have dark folklore then. Storytelling is central to this concept. Use it to convey traditional folkloric beliefs and customs that inspire your designs. Purist utility is the next one. This utilitarian driven theme focuses on minimalism but functional outfits or garments or products that you're creating. We have common connections as the next micro-forecasted trend. This one focuses on society and politics, celebrating individuality, also focusing and harnessing on communal humanity that we have. This one is subdivided into sub-themes, first of which is elevated everyday. Now this will focus on items, designs and styles which will transcend over seasons for you. Naive opulence, the aesthetic is influenced by notion of micro-joys. This thinking is expanded to fashion, designing beautiful moment pieces which become a pick-me-up during difficult days. Park life, the theme channels countryside and urban park vibes. Dressing a box, this is a maximalist theme which is influenced by childlike and costume-inspired silhouettes. The punk effect, again extremely influenced by the punk culture and the pop culture that we have. And Summer Splash, again a resort wear, occasion wear theme that we have. Come.
I'll just add on a few things. So see, while we are explaining these trends and these are very much actionable, the question which comes is, how do we derive certain trends? Now, when we look at any of these macro themes, whether Digitopia, restorative trends, they are all coming through something which we do as an industry, which also comes as reports, is called big ideas. So there are big ideas which every industry goes through. So we have 6 pillars, we have 12 innovations, there are many things. So while we have spoken about sustainability a lot, we've spoken about AI, metaverse and all. So those are all inbuilt features. Will they dictate the industry now? No. But will they impact it at a certain level is what these macro themes talk about. So when we consolidate all these elements, so at WGSN what we have 2 pillars, which we call as maths and magic. So just to give a sheer number, before we say that, Digitopia is trend, numbers we track roughly around, we have around 3 to 4 million, between 3 to 4 million collaborations for every season globally. These collabs can be with colleges, these collabs can be with industry experts, where we're trying to track what are the directions of change. So that will give you an explanation about what your future consumer is all about, what your future industry is going to be all about, what are the macro themes. Yes, metaverse is important, but is it important for Spring Summer 25? Maybe not. But is it important for Spring Summer 27? Maybe yes. The extent. So those magnitudes have to really be understood really well before we say yes, that's the focus you need to do. So when we translate these trends into these actionable insights, I'm going to see a few more into slides, we try to marry it with something which we call as qualitative and intuitive forecast, which we cover under something at our section called magic. So one is maths, which is all in numbers, so we have all big ideas, big data. So just to give you another stats, we are the largest repository of images globally. We have roughly around 3.4 TB of image data per season before we say a trend's a trend. So when we consolidate all those stories with a filter of forecast is when a Digitopia is born, is when a restorative trends is born, is when a common connections is born. Now we look at colors.
Yeah. Coming to the global color forecast that we have. Now these are the key colors for Spring Summer 2025. I won't really bore you with the individual colors and explaining the theory behind it, but we can directly go into the color evolution and how WGSN actually evolves or studies the evolution of a particular color.
Just go back to the slide here.
I think the best part is I've just seen the banners and standees. It's actually our forecast which I see.
Because I take it at the end.
Yeah. And I like that. So all of these I think are WGSN.
No, not most of the 100%.
Haan. I'm just assuming it may be slightly, but yes. So what you see the color forecast behind is what Mehwish is just talking.
You guys can take pictures of this data.
Yeah, you can. It's fine.
Shall I move on? Yeah, so coming to the color evolution and how WGSN have actually studied an evolution of a color. So we basically have a proprietary tool called Coloro, which helps us to plot hue distributions to illustrate the evolution of one or the many colors that we have. So these are the colors and how they have evolved over a period of time and seasons. I will take you through one, which is red. So for red, for spring summer 2023, you will see that there will be a shift back to bright and primary reds, such as luscious red and red glow. These are supported by classic deeper shades of bloodstone. For autumn winter 23-24, luscious red will remain the brightest red that we have, while dark cherry returns as a deeper shade in the group. Bloodstone is replaced by bluer hue of cranberry juice. For spring summer 24, radiant red signals to a shift of mid-level lightness with a sweet undertone. You will see crimson will be the most chromatic color in the category, while cranberry juice will become the darkest. For autumn winter 24-25, there is a shift back to a mid-tone and chromatic reds, with astro dust and crimson remaining in the palette. Cranberry juice stays as the darkest red that we have. And finally, for spring summer 2025, sunset coral signals the return of coral based hues. Crimson returns as a long-term chromatic shade, accompanied by cranberry juice, the darkest red for the season. So as you are aware that for the year 2023, WGSN rightly forecasted the color of the year as digital lavender. For this particular year, we have apricot crush, which is the peachy color that we have, which is forecasted again by WGSN. And coming to the year 2025, the color of the year is going to be future dusk, which is a dark, moody and intriguing hue, sitting between blue and purple. It has a sense of mystery and escapism and feeds into the themes of transition, whether it be moving from dark to light or dusk to dawn, making it a perfect blend for a period of immense change. It offers a fresh take on dependable dark blue and manages to feel simultaneously familiar and futuristic as well. So you will see this color across categories that you have, be it consumer tech, be it automobiles, be it fashion, be it accessories or jewelry.
So if you see, when you look at color also, well, I don't know if you've observed future dusk and similar tones, you've seen a lot of tech application already happening of this particular color. So yes, everybody has a certain transition. So just to give a little backdrop in terms of color, how many of you had a rose gold iPhone? iPhone 5 introduced a color called rose gold. That was one of the first colors which became the most global phenomenon. So WGSN forecasted that before iPhone 5, 3 to 4 years prior to that, this will become a very important color. It was not a color of the year, but Apple adopted. So there was a C series of Apple phones also, which had 5-6 colors. So those 5-6 colors are the exact palette of what WGSN forecasted a color. These are fashion colors, not tech colors. So a story about color, so whether it's a digital lavender or it's the apricot crush, right, for this year, which is a little more peachish in the tone. So these forecasts for colors typically happen 2.5 to 3 years ahead of time from WGSN point of view, because colors are one of the first reports which we do, because colors will have an application into the material and finish, followed by the key items, which will be like, yes, that's the key shape and similarly you need to follow. We're doing jewelry and accessory, okay, that's the kind of pendant one needs to do. But prior to that, there are a lot of other applications which happen. So that's the reason colors is one of the first reports which we do, and color is something which is the first one we need to follow. After that, we'll have finishes, we'll have the materials, the solid material, because then you can start connecting the dots and then come up with, yes, that's the key shape or the change in the shape, which we're going to discuss a little later. We have a lot of content, but that's the key items, right?
Yes.
Shall we do finish now?
Yeah. So coming to the finishes forecast for spring summer 2025, your products do need a layer to sizzle for a quick pick. That is how we select products, that is how consumers really buy items, because that is the first thing that we see, the finish, the color. So metallic colors and finishes forecast 25-26. One of the major finish that we have forecasted for the year 2025 is polished silver. Now these are the metallics which are technical and forward-looking. They remain relevant in the market. Bright, highly polished silvers will feel familiar yet futuristic, touching on themes of sci-fi nostalgia and digital future. We have nuanced metallics next. These finishes have a very sophisticated golden tones and finish to it.
evoking emotions through subtle tarnished finishes and tactile surface textures that offer feelings of comfort and stability. We have ancient metals as the next finish. There's a shift from bright, polished coppers to oxidized looks, with a deep, authentic patina is seen in this finish. To create products, you can combine bronze and brassy tones with rough, raw textures. Shimmering pastels is our next finish. This is inspired by joyful glimmer through subtle lustre and ambient effect. Consumers will get attracted to your soft and sensory finishes which delicately react to light and movement. We have digital liquidity next. You will see that experimental 3D manufacturing and conceptual designs will impact metallics. Then we have back to blacks. This fits well and perfectly for a lot of your consumer goods and consumer tech items. We see dark creativity and dystopian futurism will drive forward black and hematite metallics. We have airy auras next. Now these are inspired by your aurora lights. This finish connects directly to the resurgence of cosmic activities and cosmic darks. We have cherry lacquer as the last finish that we have. These are deep and sumptuous cherry lacquer shimmer or cherry lacquer reds, which has an element of provocative sophistication. Coming to the material forecast spring-summer 2025, we have hardware and details as the first one. So now the first one that we have in here is cartoonification. This focuses on childhood references, highlighting cartoon collaboration and animal-inspired designs. Then we have era reset. This is like a maximalist theme that you have. You will see dressing up box apparel in this particular theme, tapping into escapism and extreme embellishment you will get to see. Take the center stage from day to night dressing. Curated hardware. This is a little old money inspired hardware kind of looks. These are low-key and subtle luxury dressing items. Up next we have the punk effect. This takes the lead from anti-conformism and rebellion. These designs are punk inspired for your everyday items. Dressed up jewels, this is again like a very maximalist trend. In this particular trend, you will see that it taps into escapism and see extreme embellishments again take the center stage from day to night dressing. Ergonomic bodies again becomes very functional, and it is also highly influenced by inclusivity, coming off the back of subversive, very sexy kind of a trend. Next up we have OTT fringe. Now you will see that in year 2025, fringes are again back in fashion. These are very over-the-top kind of items or finishes. Spiral forms inspired by mysticism and magic. These are decorative details combining spiritual meaning with understated elegance. And the last we have lacing. We see a lot of Victorian era items coming back into trend nowadays, and this is also going to follow up in the future as well. So you will see a lot of lacing and lacy trends available in both in your apparels as well as your jewelry and accessory categories.
One of the most important trends among this, I don't know if anybody's followed Coachella, the festival which is happening where we had one of the first Indian singers sing AP Dillon, Diljit Dosanjh. Even if you saw what AP Dillon wearing, he was wearing the fringes, which the jacket and also, and almost all the artists had fringes. So fringes is one of the most important elements. So they're wearing now 2024, but this is one of the trends which we anticipate is going to become a lot bigger across categories in accessories and even going and transcending into apparel and footwear for that matter, and obviously accessories. When I say, I mean bags. So fringes will be a very, very important element, and you will start seeing a lot of your buyer requests coming where fringes will be an important detail for you to follow. And this you can actually follow. Coachella is still happening, so just follow the live updates if you see on Google. While we have it on the website, you will start seeing a lot of people in street style, a lot of artists here already started experimenting with. Even the guitar covers which are playing has a fringe element as a cover to it. So it's one of the most important stories going in from a material sense going into spring summer 25.
next we have solid materials in accessories and jewelry. So the first one here is Disco Elemental. Now these are embraced by biosynthetic nature and they have a very futuristic geological forms and stones available in them. We have Metafaceted next. This is inspired again by a historical architecture but giving it a very new kind of a feel using AI and advancements led by AI. We have Beachy Beads and Shells next. This is a very nature inspired theme and it connects you with your environmental concerns as well. Primal Folklore. In this we have materials that explore the relationship between nature and folklore. These reflect a darker, escapist and primal direction that responds to the polycrisis era. We have Nuanced Metallics as next. These are metal hues and they take a step back as sophisticated but also over the top kind of accessories and solid materials. Now you see in accessories, one of the trends that we see a lot are these bracelets that we have which are really big ones. Now these become important for us to also understand because like Puneet rightly mentioned that Coachella is right now going on and you see a lot of artists and people who also attend these events having accessories like that. So all of these over the top kind of accessories become important to be involved in our collection. Digital Intricacy. This one is a technical and AI inspired aesthetic. An influence intricate geometry, lace-like and skeletal details or skeletal surfaces or details. Labradoid. This one's a stone for us. It has key semi-precious stones that lends itself to a wide range of seasonal aesthetics, including dystopian, cosmic, folkloric, and underwater themes. Underwater fantasy again derived from our macro trend that we have. This underwater realms inspire colors, materials, and style directions, influenced by natural ecosystems and synthetic creativity. The last one that we have is Kinetic Designs. This connects physical and digital attributes and taps into the desire for novelty designs with imaginative and mood-enhancing ASMR qualities. Coming to accessories and materials for leather and non-leather goods. The enhanced classics, tanners are putting in efforts into developing lower impact responsible leather. Nutritious naturals, this keeps nature at the forefront of its creation. This plant-based material innovates around waste farming principles. Raw sheen, liquid sheen amplifies products reflecting rebellious undertones that will persist in 2025. Statement crochet. This one is in alignment with your netted structure trend. It involves creative details reflected in pattern and texture. We have pewter as next. Pewter has dark undertones to it, which reflect futuristic, dystopian and space themes. Nostalgic reptile. Need of novelty is important in the materials and coming back of Y2K trend, which is year 2000s trend. Influence colorful snake-like embossed finishes as key materials. Sweet Dream Metallics. Now this one is influenced by second space age, futuristic themes and hues. Metallic finishes evolved into milky or sweet dream-like materials. Soft touch fluff. This is the trend which is evolved from one of our sub-themes of macro trends, which is hyperhaptic. This inspired hyperhaptic sub-theme, this trend takes a playful direction inspired by AI-influenced synthetic creativity. Freshly salvaged, based on the sub-theme, this trend focuses on long-lasting items which consumers will have a renewed appreciation of, distressed and time-worn finishes. Coming to the key forecast.
Just a second. So you see, when you look at materials, the forecast which we had, and if you have noticed and read it carefully, it's a combination of AI, it's a combination of sustainability. So these have been macro drivers. So while you're seeing them now, they have been live on our website, 2023, last year, early last year. They were live on our website. And now we're seeing a lot of these happening, already started coming in. So while they were not there, sustainability being at the forefront, it's being like, बहुत बोल लिया sustainability. Now things are being actioned. We have the ASG, principles coming from Europe. Everybody has to follow. We're talking about responsible leather. A lot of things. And nature, which Mahesh also mentioned. So H&M has done it. Inditex has almost done it. So nature is being considered as a board member by almost all the organizations. So it became one of the forefront features when we look at forecast from a trends perspective. What we need to do essentially. So all these materials, whether you go back, whether it's freshly salvaged, whether it's metallics, whether it's responsible leather, all of these have an undertone of sustainability and how I can start coming out of the area of having abundance. So there is a consumer need which is typically being driven through the Gen Z, which for you will become the next bigger consumer base in terms of number. I wouldn't have said this 3 years back because Gen Z ko utna paisa nahi tha. Ab Gen Zs are also 3 years older. Now they're coming into the working life, so they are the ones who will be dictating purchase decisions for their families. Most of the Gen Zs are also started getting married, so they'll have families now. 5 saal pehle nahi tha. So when we were talking about Gen Z 5 years prior to this, people said no, Gen Z is not that important. Millennials are. But we look at businesses from a longer period, not a short-term sale. So right now, Gen Z is important. Alphas will also become important in the next 4-5 years. But at this stage, if you see all these undertoning of trends is coming from what Gen Zs are wanting. They are the ones who are speaking on social media about saving the environment, buying less. They are the ones, that's the reason we have been talking about people are ready to pay more if you have a sustainable product. This was a question 3 years back. It's not at all a question right now. People are actually willing to pay a little higher amount. They want to be more transparent, and all our forecasts, the material forecast which Mahesh was talking about, has a level of transparency happening in. Hashtag responsible leather, hashtag nature as a board member. These are all calling for transparency. So as manufacturing industry, which we have primarily over here, it is going to become an obligation from society. Put that aside, it's going to become an obligation from our buyers as well. And it will become a factor that your buyers will not be able to sell it to the consumer if they are not transparent. So by default, that will trickle down to us. From an India point of view, talk about as a manufacturing place, we are not retailers over here, we might be very few, but for us, that is very, very important. And that's the reason it's important for you to look at these trends now. You might see a lot of them getting implemented 2 years or 3 years down the line, but if we abhi kaam nahi shuru karenge, by the time it happens, we'll be very, very late. And we've seen that happening with majority of the companies in India as well. Some of our clients as well, who did not take our trends, directions very, very, let's say seriously, even using our content. Sorry.
Sorry.
Yes.
What is AI influence synthetic credibility mean? AI influence.
So see, there is a lot of digital AI elements which are happening. I don't know if you've noticed on Instagram, there are a lot of AI models are coming as AI. You can now generate prints using AI. There is a lot of talks on some of the bad elements, deepfakes and all. So when you talk about AI, there are multifaceted implication AI has. You can create your own prints. You can generate fabrics which are not there. You can even generate weaves through a lot of softwares. So it's still a nascent thing, but the idea is that it's going to become much more impactful. So there is always a question, how much AI will, depend on us, whether designers. So we have always had this question.
I request the audience to keep the questions to the end because we do have a time limit. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, thanks.
So we'll take this question
Sure.
at the end, ma'am?
Absolutely.
Perfect, thank you. Okay, we'll now talk about key items. Okay, let me take this. So we'll start with women's jewelry. Now again, coming to what so when you come to jewelry, so we have seen minimal, we've spoken about minimalism, we have now come to an era of maximalism. So maximalism is not about buying too much, but yes, exaggerated designs, certain nuances. So some key items one needs to focus on when it comes to jewelry is the beaded necklace. So again, nature, this is inspired by nature. It highlights a return of scaled down jewelry silhouettes. And this is one of the most important design stories for SS25, the barbell earrings. We've already seen it happening, but it's going to become a little more bigger. So this adds a little anarchic twist to everyday styling. So we're calling it sartorial styling. This is something which is going through a business look, specifically in women's wear. There is a talk, especially in developed economies like ours, women coming at the forefront. We have already started seeing the last 1 year. There have been talk about women leaders doing a lot better than men historically. So these are trends which are coming and shining in our entire key items. So one of the most important element, the pendant necklace, always been classic, but this time there are a lot of changes. It has come back to the catwalks at a much higher number. The increase is almost by 49% from last seasons. So it's an important piece for you to look at. Little more upscale than earlier. So this is more of a fashion necklace with a lot of layerings, or it can also be a single statement piece for a little more classical thing. The key theme is layering, which is very, very important. Again, I said maximalism. It's about the sizes being exaggerated proportions. So the oversized stud is going to be very, very important. Now this is alternative to statement drop earrings, which we've always had. Now this one has a street undertone. Again, as I mentioned, a Gen Z inspired trend, but going into mainstream millennials and Gen Xers. Well, हम लोग millennials हैं, some people are Gen Xers over here. We do get inspired what Gen Z is wearing on the street. We may not like it, but कहीं ना कहीं हमारी dressing sense change होती है. How many of us love wearing sneakers for meetings, which earlier was not the case? These are things which are like trickling up from Gen Z to the earlier generations. So this is that trend which we're going to talk about. Again, exaggeration, the bold cuff. Now this is something which is, we're calling it as a hero piece. It will just elevate the everyday styling, and it will make this particular piece as a standout for across items. Now coming to certain key items for bags, I'm going to make it very quick due to paucity of time. The cargo pockets. Now, apparel, trousers, just go to Amazon, go to Myntra right now, just search for cargos. Their number has increased in the last 1 year. Cargo pockets is the next very, very big trend, and it's going to have its application in bags also. So this is a little more technical in detail. It's a elevated aesthetic, but yes, it can be an update on a shoulder bag with a cargo pocket styling. Again, your everyday shoulder bag, which is across, most of the ladies will be wearing it in this boardroom. So this one is influenced by the rise of low-key luxury and the need, which I said, of buying less. The shoulder bag is updated with this minimalistic aesthetic that aligns with your elevated styling for an everyday need. Now the crafted top handle. Now this is something which, from the solid material which Mavish spoke about, the top handle is very, very important. This is a new look, and it's an updated to your classic top handle bag from previous seasons. So again, it is important for occasion and casual looks because as a product, it has multiple styling tools. Again, a trend which is coming from a consumer need that yes, we can buy one, but we can complement with multiple things. So let's buy in quality. So यहाँ पे price concern नहीं आएगा from a retail point of view. The minimalist bucket. Now the focus now is shifting to a business casual styling, not very, very formal, and hence we see a bucket bag returning as a key item ideal for exercising, uniform dressing, office wear. And then we have this something called the modern half moon bag. Now this aligns well with again the everyday theme we're speaking about, which you can carry across any attire you're wearing. So this is updated with a higher quality of materials and feature details which Mahesh mentioned in the previous slides. Now for men's, we're not going to be left behind. A crossbody is going to be very, very important. So this again is following a strong that yes, you can carry this across outfits for men also, but again the focus should be on futuristic details. So future dust, the color we spoke about, is going to really fit well over here, and then you obviously have your classic black and black metallic, which we had mentioned in one of the slides. The canvas tote. Now this is something which can go with multiple material updates. It has a potential of replacing your standard laptop bags for men's, and we are already seeing this important story coming and emerging very, very strongly in Japan and Korea, and it's going to come and emerge to Europe, US, and also back home in India. It's going to become a mainstream piece for menswear. So you've already seen a lot of neo brands have experimented with this kind of shape, the second one, for laptops now also. Now your hybrid duffel bag. Now this is something which takes a look at our nautical themes. So this is making a comeback, and how.
one of the highest increases we saw from previous seasons in comes to menswear was from a duffel bag. We're calling it hybrid because it is going to be a merging of backpack and your bucket profiling. So that's the functionality change to the duffel bag. Now we come to the Purist utility backpack. Now this is an era of polycrisis which we have spoken about across shows also. So the idea is to push for its key status to have ample room. So storage functionality become very, very important. So this particular utility bag is going to be hyper functional. And nowadays, if you see from last year onwards, men's bags have taken a lot more different element when it comes to functionality. You need a USB charger, you need multiple pockets, you need a pocket for your laptop, you also need a pocket for your passport, you need it for your iPad, you need one pocket for your phone, you might need multiple charging slots, you need a water bottle and everything, you need a medicine compartment. A lot of brands have experimented, and we see this particular backpack becoming one of the key stories for an office going menswear item. Now soft accessories, while we have some of them over there directly, but we're just going to give you a little brief explanation. The desk belt, now this is from the Y2K influence bag. This is having a new interpretation which is more for festival, holiday and an evening wear appeal, this belt. We're also looking at a comeback of the floral clown headband. Now this is something which has already impacted Spring Summer 24 catwalks heavily. The floral clown brings together this influences which is coming from the headband thing. It's a streetwear driven classic, and it will be one of the most sought after occasion wear accessories in Spring Summer 25 and beyond. The elbow glove. Now this is again a little more retro inspired theme which is coming back. We've seen it growing in catwalks already. So the elbow glove will have an interest specifically in costume inspired dressing narratives for women's wear. The decorative cap. Now this is something which goes from a holiday theme. So this is something which can easily translate from a beach wear to festival to a directional wear, occasion wear piece. So this is the 1920s inspired theme, which is a hybrid of a beanie cap silhouette with some summer headwear ranges. So a very, very important piece going into 25. Now, from a men's perspective, we have the Park Life hat. Now this is something where outdoor activity is going to become very, very prominent in 25 and beyond. So this is going to move into mainstream, and it will have both functionality and protectivism headwear requirement from a men's point of view. An everyday blanket. Now this is something which is an emerging trend. You can test it out. It's not a very mainstream trend, but an important piece. So the blanket dressing is set to further, enter the lifestyles of men. So this is more coming from a story of comfort and practicality. It has a fashion angle on both indoor and outdoor dressing. But yes, this is still an test trend. Very, very important for some of the evolved markets, but not majorly for every market right now. The sun hat. Now this is an holiday ready accessories. Now this is coming from a theme which we have spoken about on our website called Redefining Masculinity. Now this is something which is being driven through men's beauty. Now men's grooming has become a very, very important story all across. So certain of these accessories are a translation of those into accessories. So this will be a statement fashion item, not a costume item, but a statement fashion item for Spring Summer 25. The punk tie. Now this is punk influences which Mahwish has spoken about. So the desire of being a rebellion and also individuality. We've seen a rise of radical optimism in consumers. So radical, there have been a lot of vocal things. People have come down to streets. You see France, you see India as well, you see US. People do talk about their rights and everything. So these are certain trends which are being inspired through those movements. Now the fabric belt. Now again, this is from the Redefining Masculinity thing which we've spoken about. Now the strong preference for a softer material choices which can complement all directions men's dressing is important, and it's going to become a very, very important trend piece when it comes to belts as an accessory for men's. Now some design details for perennial items. So these design details just give you design elements. So you can just click pictures. I'm just going to rush through this one since we do not have too much of time. The hoop. So we're looking at punk effects. Look at hearts. Look at beltification of the hoop. And look at stud fastening, which is an everyday feature which we're going to speak about. From a pendant as a key item, look at kinetic mechanism, modularity as a feature. We're also looking at a longer length feature pearl as a key piece. Look at statement bows. So this is more from the dressing up thing. Bow design is coming a little more retro, and historical icons can be used. Not only the bow, but any historical icon can be a very, very important piece. The earscape. Now this is something which is from recycled gold and diamond. Very much Cosmos inspired trend. We are speaking a lot on space travel. So this is where the Restorated Realms theme is being the background of this particular one. Drops, now cascading drops is going to be an important ear story, and your connected chain links. So these are three very classic updates to a specific earscape set. Now when you look at updates to the ring, we're looking at spirals and swirls as key shapes. Underwater forms will be important. Alien motifs, again coming from the futuristic and sci-fi themes. So we're looking at mixed stack styling, look at organic forms, alien motifs. It can also be religious motifs as an undertone to alien motifs. So something which is otherworldly is going to be the trend over here. And again, there is a look into your own culture. So sculpture tools, that's the third one which you're talking about, is going to be an important story. Sculpture will play an important role. So look at sculptures from the market you're catering to. So if you're selling it, let's say in Europe, look at European sculptures as a key theme over here. One of the most important and always an important piece of the bracelets, but just look at T-bar fastenings as a design element. Look at pearls as one of the more important elements, beads, ball chains, and hanging charms. Your hanging charms again can be floral, can be otherworldly, basis the theme we have forecasted. Now coming to design details for men's jewelry. Again, motifs is going to be important. But this, in men's, the only change is contrasting motif designs. Sorry, I'll go back. Look at beachy beads and shells for men's. Exaggerated, but yes, they can also be a little more smaller in size, but exaggeration is going to be the key over here. Disc shaped beads will be very, very important. So these are mini pendant drops for men's. And again, very, very street and beachwear inspired looks. Floral and your ocean inspired themes will be important over here. And the color palette which you're given really fits well into these stories. Oversized studs for men's as an ear adornment. Rose as a story will be important for men's. And upscale hoops, which is similar to what we've spoken about in women's, will be a unisex kind of a theme, but in women it's a little more exaggerated. In men's it's slightly less exaggerated. That's the only difference. From a men's pendant point of view, underwater icons is going to be key as your icon stories. Look at recycled metal tones. Rose again for your pendant as well. So rose is an important story for men's. And again, historical keys with scrolls, spiral patterns is going to be important from a pendant point of view. Now men's bracelet has taken a certain change from last season. We're looking at nautical braiding as an important shape. Look at outdoor collabs, which will feature branding as well. And from a positive energy, again coming from a spiritual, religious and otherworldly interference to your life is going to be important. So healing stones will be an important stone element when it comes to bracelet for men's. The signet link. Labradorite has already been spoken about by Mahesh as an important stone element. Look at digital, again intricate details which will be important. Mesh effects is going to be very, very relevant for the ring. And stack styling, just similar to women's, is going to be important. Not as exaggerated, it can be on the the right hand, which has 3 for certain markets, but in certain very upscale markets, specifically in the Latin American market, you can have all 5 fingers as stack styling for men's. The chain necklace, we're looking at transparency, punk effects, and the ball chains, jewelrification, which is little more lead-free drive, and it's a women's wear inspired trend for men's, coming to chain necklace. Coming to bags. For the crossbody bag, look at novelty flaps, enhanced classics, leathers, plant-based naturals, low impact, non-leathers. You can look at the annual colors which is spoken about. From a hardware and metallics, look at elongated flags, curated hardware, recycle metallics as a key story. Look at monomaterial feature shape structure for your tote bag. Matching set with small accessories as a pouch is going to be a sought after important piece. Modular clips on your hardware, which gives a practical outer storage experience for the tote bag, is going to be important. From a shoulder bag, certain design elements you need to look at. Look at certain weather resistant finishes. Curated hardware, again recycled metal is going to be important. And outdoor compartments from storage will be a sought after piece from a retail point of view. Top handle, some key design elements. Monotones is again important. Statement crochet design. You can look at the regenerative raffia, responsible leather straps and certain details. Color blocking arrangements is going to be a key piece as well from a design. From a smaller accessory which can also go into your bags, a coin purse with a mirror, slim wallets as part of the backpacks, and travel friendly. We see an emergence of travel from not only corporate travel, but we see a lot of emergence of holidays which are already seen. So travel friendly will be an important story. For men's, again travel friendly is going to be an important backpack story. Weather resistance with high visibility colors for safety. For men's, specifically people are going to healthier lifestyle. There will be a lot of cycling happening, a lot of walking happening. So anything which helps with high visibility will be the sought after colors, and accessories and bags in particular will drive that trend much more than even apparel and jackets. Material mix, look at enhanced classic, plant-based, low impact, non-leathers. For the men totes, look at nautical stripes, monocolor design and modular pockets again. Messenger, greens is going to be an important story. Non-linear zip bags and handlebar silhouettes for cycling is going to become a key piece for messengers. The waist bag, now this is something which is making and it's going to be little park life, protective and color blocking as an important story. For soft accessories, for the printed scarf, look at deck chair stripes, underwater fantasy and retro resort themes, and statement toweling effects as a print story for the printed scarf. Belts, spiral forms, nostalgic reptile forms, and with utility details will be an important belt story for women's wear. The sun hand, look at naive opulence as a story, crochet techniques with corsage florals as an important element. Abstract camo as and a park life driven theme will be an important silhouette for a sun hat as well. From a snap hair clip, super sized metals, historical motifs, and a punk effect with charms being used will be an important hair clip story as well. For men's soft accessories, the baseball cap is going to be an important piece, again water resistant, artistic garden prints, and the cartoonification theme which Mary spoke about and the motifs over there, specifically florals, will be an important baseball cap element. The neckerchief will make a comeback in printed forms, nautical stripes and folklore prints, little more darker tones will be important. With this we come to an end of a brief into actual practical application of the forecast. We have left on purpose certain nuances behind why is this a trend, because that language becomes a little difficult unless you read through the reports, and we hope this would help you in your collection for Spring Summer 25. And now I think we would be open for certain questions. Please.
What trends are you looking for in natural stones, except for libretto?
So see, that's one of the most important ones when anything, so we're looking at natural stones, we're looking at a lot of, machine generated stones, something which are artificially created as coming in. We're looking at stones which are not harming the ocean. So anything which comes out of those, so we're going to see an emergence of lab generated stones for fashion jewelry, both in men's and women's. So labradorite is one of the more important stones right now because it has a lot of functionalities. It can come in multiple colors and it fits well with the thing. So you'll see an emergence of this stone right now. But then post this, we're seeing a lot of lab driven stones so that you can start replicating a lot of things. We've seen global leaders speaking about, we had Narendra Modi ji gifting one of the European leaders lab generated diamond, right? So these are certain themes which are happening and being pushed across the world. So those are things which we'll see happening, but we don't see a drastic change into precious stones, that will be a form, and that's not an Indian phenomenon, it's a global phenomenon, so that's going to continue to happen. But yes, there will be a lot of emphasis on natural as well as lab-driven stones from a younger population, specifically when it comes to fashion jewelry.
I saw a lot of pearl and zircon.
So pearls is an important element. So pearl is something which we do not consider anything.
It's
Pearl
all
is standard. So pearl is going to take a prominence compared to certain other diamond elements. We have not spoken too much about diamond over here as a forecast. So there is a certain change in the mindset because most of these trends in terms of jewelry are very coming from a theme which we're calling as an everyday theme. Things you can complement with every attire in every occasion. Again, this is again coming from a theme which is a big idea of the end of abundance as a forecast, where people don't want to have everything, restrict, save the environment, have limited things, pay higher for it, but reduce that. And that's the story which we're seeing going to emerge, and we have forecasted this for even 2027 now. So there is our advanced material forecast of 2030, where we're speaking a lot on what are the alternatives to certain other things, not only jewelry, but for example, indigo denim. What is an alternative to indigo dyeing? So they are already dyeing available, but they are very expensive. But come 27, 28, 29, you will see a lot of indigo dyeing which does not even utilize water. So those things are in place, and the same things will happen in jewelry and accessories as well.
Okay, we'll take one last question.
Okay.
May I?
Yeah, please.
So you mentioned a lot of non-leather options and
Yes.
products to explore. When you say non-leather, do you mean synthetic PU or do you mean fabric-based?
I mean
or
fabric. So
you mean fabrics?
typically for this season, the focus will be more on canvas and fabric-inspired things. So if you see, we spoke about the fabric belt in both men's and women's. So when we say non-leather, we see PU is not going to go away. Some of your bags will be PU driven. Some of your bags will be non-leather driven. But the whole idea is responsible leather. So plant-based leather is going to be a very, very important alternative to leather items. So when we say non-leather, we also mean plant-based leathers. We also mean a lot of materials being used, fabric-based, specifically as a design piece. But yes, plant-based is going to be the most important element. And we see a lot of brands who have already started invested in flask trade further, and that will be an important story.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, Maharish.
Mr. Maharish. Okay. शफीक जी,
हाँ जी,
ठीक है, आप दोनों ने बहुत अच्छा प्रेजेंटेशन दिया.
Thank you, sir.
You've done a lot of good homework. Thank you after a long time. At least for the fashion industry,
Yeah.
I'm seeing a very communicative presentation.
Thank you.
And thank you also for making these posters, because it fits into the mindset of our people. They can understand, they can correlate your presentation with whatever you are showing. And I believe the audience must have liked it,
I hope so as well.
and I compliment you for your efforts.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
We'd just like to request both of you to come in the front, just for a
Okay.
small video.
आने से बहुत बदलाव आया है आप लोगों में.
सर हम ऐसे ही थे हमेशा से. बहुत
Make sure you are close to the mic and listen.
Thank you, everyone.